Yes, children, let's go to the next chapter, aldehydes and ketones. So let us see first preparation of aldehyde. Now aldehyde is RCHO. Now how can you prepare aldehyde? You can prepare it from primary alcohol, you can prepare it from alkenes, then from acyl chloride or from alkyl cyanides or even from alkynes. So these are the major sources from which you can prepare an aldehyde. Now how? Initially, we have studied in the previous chapter alcohols and phenols that primary alcohol, if it is subjected to copper at a temperature of 573 Kelvin, that is vapors of alcohol, if it is passed through a copper tube which is maintained at 573 Kelvin, you can get the corresponding aldehyde. And if it is a secondary alcohol, then it will give you a ketone. Okay, this you have studied in the previous chapter. So you need to remember. Now not only copper at 573 Kelvin, if you are going to use CrO3, a mild oxidizing agent, then also you can get an aldehyde. Further oxidation will not take place in the presence of a mild oxidizing agent. So you can prepare it from primary alcohol. Then from alkenes, how do you prepare from alkenes? This again you have studied in 11th class itself. Alkene on ozonolysis. First you will get an ozonide, is it not? How do you get the ozonide? You are going to add the 3 oxygen atoms across the double bond. How do you add? CH, double bond CH2, double bond हटा दिया. Then CH के साथ एक ऑक्सीजन, CH2 के साथ एक ऑक्सीजन, इन दोनों को जोड़ दिया. Same way, the same CH and CH2 are attached to the third oxygen. So this is what you call it as an ozonide. Now once ozonide is formed, then you can subject it to hydrolysis in the presence of zinc dust. What you will get? This will come out as a separate entity and this will come out as a separate entity. What is this? This is HCHO, formaldehyde. What is this? RCHO. That is any other aldehyde. Depending upon R, you will get any other aldehyde, right? So you will get a mixture of RCHO and formaldehyde. Now zinc dust, you have to add zinc dust. What is the purpose behind adding zinc dust? Now this process is called as reductive ozonolysis. Okay. Now zinc dust, why it is used? This H2O, this is going here along with this oxygen as H2O2. Okay. Now this H2O2 will react with zinc. H2O2 will react with zinc and will give you zinc oxide plus water. You know that this H2O2 is an oxidizing agent as well as a reducing agent. Now in the presence of zinc dust, what will happen? Zinc will preferably act as an oxidizing, reducing agent. Is that clear? Zinc is getting oxidized to zinc oxide. That means zinc is used as a reducing agent here. Okay, reducing agent, what it does? It reduces H2O2 to H2O and gets itself oxidized to zinc oxide. Is that clear? So it will not allow hydrogen peroxide to show its function in the presence of zinc, because zinc will act as a reducing agent here. Okay, it will reduce H2O2 to water. So H2O2 that is present here will not be able to act on this aldehyde or this aldehyde. Is that clear? Because it has got converted into water, so it cannot show its action in the presence of zinc. So this is what is called as reductive ozonolysis. Zinc acting as a reducing agent, right? Reducing hydrogen peroxide to water. That is why it is called as reductive ozonolysis. Then the third one. Third one क्या है? From alkanoyl halide, RCOCl, alkanoyl halide. Now how it is done? This alkanoyl halide, it is treated with hydrogen. In the presence of palladium and barium sulfate, you get the corresponding aldehyde along with the byproduct HCl. Now here, what is this reaction called? This reaction is called as Rosenmund reduction. Rosenmund reduction. Okay. Now what is this BaSO4? It is smeared over the palladium rod which is acting as a catalyst. Now why should we smear it with barium sulfate? What will happen? If you add hydrogen to alkanoyl halide, it will give you aldehyde initially, and in the presence of hydrogen and palladium, what it will undergo? This will undergo further reduction to give you primary alcohol. Is that clear? So if you want to avoid the formation of primary alcohol, what you have to do? You have to reduce the reduction reaction. You have to control the reduction reaction. For that, this BaSO4 is smeared over palladium rod so that its activity is controlled. So this is acting as a catalytic poison. It is poisoning the catalyst. It is reducing the activity of the catalyst. So that is the function of BaSO4 here. Okay. Then the fourth one is from RCN. RCN is reduced. Reduction means addition of hydrogen, and hydrogen is added across the unsaturation, is it not? C triple bond N. तो ये hydrogen इन दोनों के बीच में add होगा. First you add one hydrogen to each. So you will get RCH double bond NH. Triple bond बन जाएगा double bond because एक hydrogen इसके साथ add कर लिया. So one bond is cut. So you will get RCH double bond NH, and when this is undergoing hydrolysis, you will get the corresponding aldehyde and ammonia will escape. Okay. Now, how did you get this nascent hydrogen? The nascent hydrogen is obtained from SnCl2 and HCl. Now this SnCl2 and HCl react to form SnCl4 plus 2 nascent hydrogen. This nascent hydrogen is what is used here. Now what is this reaction called? This reaction is called as Stephens reduction. Okay. So this is called Stephens reduction.